Thank you for sharing your Sunday with me today. I am J.B. Bryan, the President and Chief Investment Officer at J.B. Bryan Financial Group. And I am cool. I am indeed cool, but not this cool. I have something going on with my eye, and I'm covering it up because I want to look at you and I don't want you to keep thinking, oh my God, what's going on with our eye? So I will show you near the end. I'll let you look at it just for like a quick second. Like I should know, I'll show you later. We're talking today, may he rest in peace, we're talking about some key principles that we can learn from the life of Dick Gregory. Indeed, I know that he is in a better place with a full smile on his face, with a well-lived life, and I thank him for all that he did for us and for everything that he represents. Yes, indeed, I have some key points today. Of course, on Sundays, it's about business and Black business owners and what we can learn as business owners and bringing home some key points. But with Mr. Gregory's passing on Saturday, I thought that this is a great opportunity for us to learn from someone who really did it well, who really had a well-lived life, and we have so much to learn from him. Let's share some of the key points I wanted to talk about. Is that Dick Gregory was born into poverty, and that and even though he was born into poverty, he did not have a poverty mindset. That he had a mentality, he had hope, he had motivation that allowed him to go so much farther than where he started. That he had the sheer, I wrote down here, I want to share with you exactly how I wrote it. I said, by sheer determination, Dick Gregory became one of the most well-known Blacks in America and across the planet. Using comedy, he was able to make people that may have not been able to really receive our situation and to get a better understanding of why what's going on is wrong. Through comedy, he interjected his political thoughts and his political commentary, and it is written that he was the first Black comedian to actually cross over into a white audience and keep the truth. He spoke the truth no matter who he was speaking to. He went in and told the truth about the situation and what he didn't like about the racial discrimination that was going on in our country. So we have to definitely just sing his praises on how he was able to build his career without sacrificing his core beliefs. He was fearless. Now, you know that I feel that being fearless is a key component of Black entrepreneurship. That even though we may have some things that we're afraid of, we still face them and we move forward. Make sure you check out my podcast on The Fearless Black Entrepreneur on YouTube and on Google Play Music. So check out the podcast. They're fearless, but he was drafted into the Army. He got out. He went back to school. He said, this is not working. I want to make some money. They're making money off me. He got out and never looked back. And then he was able to parlay through his fearlessness, go into an environment that was totally new to a poor boy from St. Louis and tell them about his plight as a Black man in America. He was consistent. As entrepreneurs, we have to be consistent, and we can learn that from him. He was consistent with his message from day one to the last day of his life. He talked about his commitment to our community and how we all need to be doing what we've got to do in order to make this world a better place. So now, what we call as branding, he did decades ago. He did it from day one. He had no problem connecting his name to whatever he brought out, to his products, to everything. He was a master at branding. He had integrity. He was about his family. He jokes about how he was afraid to leave his wife, that his wife said that if you ever leave me, that I will harm you, I will hurt you. He said that I don't want to get hurt, that she was going to hurt him. But they had 10 kids and they were together. And I mean, as far as a financial move, that is massive financial move because divorce can be financially, if not just devastating, it can be financially disturbing in a big way. And it's hard to recover from that. You can imagine, especially. So they were able to build a happy home and stay together through their entire life, as a family unit. And he was a pioneer. As entrepreneurs, we have to dare to be pioneers. Because of him and our brothers and sisters before me, I was able to pioneer in my industry. And because of them paving the way, staying focused, being true to themselves, and saying that Black success is possible without sacrificing what you truly believe in. He was a pioneer. And then he walked like he talked, I say. He talked about us being healthier as a Black people and moving towards healthier eating habits and moving away from that traditional soul food, but allow the healthy foods to become our soul foods. And that he walked like he talked. Even though he had been morbidly obese, he lost that weight through becoming the first person, probably the only person in the world he fasted longer than anyone else on just pure water. He was under medical supervision, but he was a pioneer in creating massive weight loss, and he kept it off through healthier habits. He says he ate too much. He used to drink every day. He was morbidly obese. He turned all that around and lived a long, healthy life after that. Amazing. And let's talk about community service as business owners, us giving back to our communities through a series of fundraisers. Dick Gregory shipped 10,000 pounds of beans to feed the hungry. 10,000 pounds. He did campaigns to fight hunger, and he traveled across the planet. He went to Ethiopia 10 times or more, to fight hunger. He did not want people to be hungry. So in 1968, he was nominated by the Peace and Freedom Party to be their political candidate for president of the United States because of what he was doing to help people and to end hunger. So even though now we have this food desert movement, he was doing that before they had this, these popular titles and names for it, that we need to have more access to healthier foods. He was an entrepreneur in its truest sense, bringing about new nutritional products. That I saw research, and it says that he sold it was $100 million that his business, Dick Gregory Slim and Safe Bohemian Diet, when the multi-level distribution rights for the nutritional formula were sold for a reported $100 million. That's successful entrepreneurship. That's having your paperwork in order. That's having your legal stuff straight. That's what we have to do. So he got the patent. He got his things trademarked. He got his, not having to hear that whole victim thing of they stole this from me, they took this from me, but that he stayed connected to his product until he decided to sell it and made lots of money. So that is amazing. He had his paperwork in order. Amazing. So these are the things I want to make sure that we are thinking about constantly as entrepreneurs. Branding, legal issues, having products, having multiple sources of income, speaking engagements, books, products. He had all of that we should really appreciate it, but we don't really think about these people because we see one part of them and we don't think about all that we can learn from Dick Gregory. Learn, read, be encouraged, allow his life to inspire you. So some key notes that I want to make sure that you get from this discussion is that he lived the life that he talked about. As entrepreneurs, we have to walk like we talk. We have to live the life that he talked about. Like we can talk about, I can tell you, avoid credit card debt, but then I have all this credit card debt, then, my life will not be representing what I'm talking about. It's very important to me to walk like I talk. It has to be very important to you to walk like you talk, to be that which you wish for others to be like. Lead by example. And he did that. His name was on his products. He knew about branding before they gave it the name branding. He was developing that. He was developing his old products with his name, branding his comedy. Nobody could do it the way he did it. That's what made him powerful until the day he died. He was doing speaking engagements, all the time. That's the way we should start thinking about living. Live as long as we live. Don't think about when I'm going to stop, but find something that you love to do so much that you will do it until your last day. That's a beautiful career. He understood multi-level marketing before it was called multi-level marketing. He had people who were selling his products, just like Madam C.J. Walker. She did that with her hair care products, 100 years ago. So he before his products were multi-level marketed, then it led to being commercially available, and then he was able to sell the formula because it was successful in each of these segments of the product's growth and how it went across the marketplace. So he was able to profit from each of those steps. And listen to this, he gave a substantial portion of his products, of his profits, to the civil rights organizations. He gave a substantial portion of the profits back to the community. He gave back to the community. He loved his work and he did his work his entire life. Let's do that as entrepreneurs. Let's make sure that we love our work. If there's something about your work that you don't like, if you are in a situation where it's like you don't want to do this, then make sure you change that, because we're in control of our life, and your family deserves for you to be happy. Your family deserves to be happy. You deserve to be happy. The planet deserves for you to be happy. Everybody should be happy with the work that they're doing, especially when you are entrepreneurs. We're deciding to do this with our life. We're married to this. So make it a good relationship between you and what you do. Allow Dick Gregory to inspire you. He has passed on, but make your life a life like his that will live forever in what we do as Black professionals and Black business owners. We should model his commitment to excellence. I'm JB Bryan, and AfroEconomics with JB Bryan is on iTunes and Google Play Music now. So check that out. Go to the website, click podcast, or go to iTunes and Google Play Music and get the podcast, get additional information. Check out the website, check out membership. Please subscribe to iTunes, Google Play, and the YouTube channel. Subscribe to all of them. I'm still afraid to show you my eye because I don't want you to get grossed out. So I promise you on Wednesday that it will be much better and my eye will be right in front of you. Thank you for bearing with me and my shades. Wait a minute. I'm going to do it real quick. Have a wonderful week and talk to you all soon. Bye.